afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of Philadelphia, okay? And the title reads, an 18-year-old shot while trying to steal a car, stray bullet hits nearby home. Now, before we get into today's story, guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribe. I am trying to get to 100 subscribers. I know we can do that this week. And I think it's always cool that I can inform a certain amount of people on a regular basis. Inform, guys. And if I can do that to more people, that would be great. So, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's story and let's see what's happening here.
The police say it was an attempted car theft that backfired, leading to shots fired here in Tacony. An 18-year-old man allegedly caught in the act of trying to steal a parked car. The owner of that vehicle taking matters into his own hands with a gun. Thursday night, and the big story on Action News is the continuing investigation into a neighborhood shooting that sent an alleged car thief to the hospital. Action News reporter Bob Brooks is live from Philadelphia Police Headquarters with the very latest. Bob.
Well, Rick, again, two young men were trying to steal this car, but the car owner was determined not to let this happen, and the car owner had a permit to carry. More than a dozen shots were fired. A car was stolen, and then it would be shot at and crashed into a Jeep. A stray bullet would fly into a home, and these are the moments just before an 18-year-old suspect would collapse after being shot 4 times. It was an afternoon of chaos in the city's Tacony section, and police say it all began in the 4400 block of Princeton Avenue. The 18-year-old and another suspect were in the process of stealing this Toyota Corolla, but the 26-year-old owner came outside. He was armed with a permit to carry, according to police, and in that moment, detectives say the 18-year-old got out of the car with a gun, and a shootout between him and the owner erupted.
And I heard a few gunshots, and I was thinking, like, is it a car backfiring? And then I heard more gunshots, and it was, like, very close to my window, so I jumped on the ground, and then I heard my neighbor screaming.
After being shot.
Guys, before the story here, let me jump in here. Now, I'm going to say something, and this may be not such a good thing to say, but I'm going to tell you. Should you shoot someone who's trying to steal your car? Should you shoot someone who's trying to take something from your house? Should you shoot someone who's doing something external to you that you could probably let go? My pause here is just for you to think, because in my opinion, you should absolutely shoot them. Definitely, we want to be able to protect ourselves. Our lives are the most important. Okay, a car is not that important. A house is not that important. When it comes to your life, I would agree with that. But guys, there are things out there that contribute to your livelihood. Your house, we don't want it burned down. If somebody tries to put a match to your house, of course, we're going to shoot this person. Well, of course, we are going to make sure that this doesn't happen. It's your domicile. It's your home. You don't want to be out in the street. You don't want to have to depend on the good nature of everyone else. So you must protect your home. And you must protect your transportation. How are you going to get back from, to, and work? And how you're going to drop people off, those in your family? How are you going to do these things? So, you walk outside and you see somebody who's trying to take your vehicle. And this asshole decides he's going to shoot. So you guys have a gunfight in the middle of the neighborhood. And this was during the day. In my opinion, it doesn't fucking matter if it's during the day, okay? The point is that it happened. And I know what people may think. They may think, dude, do you really need to have this exchange of gunfire? what happens if you miss? Because guess what happens? We just saw that a neighbor, possibly a bullet went through his window. Do you want to be responsible for that? You don't know if it's yours, your firearm, or if it's the other guy's firearm. Right? But guys, in this case, it absolutely matters. One, because this is the reason why you have more than 5, 10, maybe even more than 15 rounds in your firearm. Okay? A nice Glock, okay, that holds more than 15 is pretty nice, right? That way, you have a bunch of follow-up shots, and in the heat of the moment, you're going to shoot more than just what you thought. And just in case you miss, you got some extra ones in the gun to follow up, right? And then secondly, guys, nobody wants to shoot someone that's not involved. Except the criminals. They don't give a shit. But you as the defender, you as the legal armed citizen, you don't want to shoot anybody. That's why it's so important to train. And he put 4 rounds in this asshole. The other guy, I guess he wasn't shooting, but he was able to defend. His car got stolen. I'm sure he's going to get it recovered. But people are going to know, hey, man, you're not going to be able to just come and steal my car. It's not going to work like that. And that is the message. That is the most important message. Okay? And let us move on, okay, to the rest of the story.
Shot. The 18-year-old ran away. However, he wouldn't make it far to the 7100 block of Cottage Street before collapsing.
The 18-year-old collapsed. They found his mask. They also found a handgun that they believe that the 18-year-old had in his possession.
The other suspect managed to drive off in the Toyota, but crashed it yards later into this Jeep. That Jeep belongs to the man who lives in the home the stray bullet flew into. He didn't want to speak on camera, but says the bullet flew past his head as he worked in his office. As you would imagine, neighbors here are shaken up by such brazen crime right in the middle of the day.
In the middle of the day, the audacity to do that. I just said, we have to police our own neighborhood at this point because no one else is going to do it for us. And
it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if it's during the day, at night, okay? But I like what this woman has just said, that we have to police our own neighborhood because nobody else is going to do it. Thank God she has come to that realization. So what does that mean, ma'am? You have to go get a gun. You have to be proficient. You have to be able to shoot a target, whether it be 5, 7, 10, 15 yards away. Now it is your responsibility, right? And I know, especially in this culture that we are living in right now, especially in the United States, people are trying to escape from responsibility like it's the freaking plague. Trust me. Even myself, I find myself in this position. But guys, your life, your family's life, your neighborhood, where you are going to raise your children. And this is what? This is the answer is we shouldn't have guns. The answer is we shouldn't take on this responsibility. We absolutely should. And what she is saying is correct. Let's move on.
it's a shame.
Now, Rick, the 18-year-old is in critical condition. As for the car owner, it does not appear he will face any charges. As for that second suspect, he remains at large. From reporting live outside police headquarters, Bob Brooks, Channel 6, Action News, Rick.
So, guys, you guys hear that? And it looks like the 26-year-old defender, he may have been shot as well. Okay, but guys, I'm going to tell you, I saw this one, and I want to bring it up. Okay, I was talking to somebody on Twitter, right, and it was in reference to a man who defended himself but may have lost his life, and I'm going to bring this up. It was in my notifications, okay? And what happened was we saw a video where a man shot and killed this individual, right? And what I said was, and here it is. It says here, you can see that the self-defender telegraphed his draw, reaching for his gun but not drawing. These situations are never perfect, and you will almost always see a mistake, but at the very least, he had his gun. In my book, he's a good guy, and we will celebrate his victory over evil. Now, apparently, he may have died. Okay, I don't know. I didn't surface that, but that's what somebody had said to me, and this is the quote here. This is from skykeep.soul, okay, and I'm referencing him, okay, on my Twitter page, and he said that to me. He said, hey, his victory, he's dead too. How can you call it a victory? And here's my response. Okay, here's my response. We don't always get to walk away in these types of events. And even if he has passed, meaning passed away, and individuals in the past have passed away, and those in the future, God forbid, if they pass away and they suffer the same fate, then yes, it was a victory. It was a victory. It is a victory. And that person can no longer commit evil again. He's dead. That guy died in that video. And again, his victory. Because he has vanquished evil. Yes, he has perished. Soldiers perish all the time on the battlefield, and they sometimes complete the mission. And they have succeeded. It is their victory. They are honored when they come home. And it is a victory for us all. It is a victory for your tribe. It is a victory for your neighborhood. It is a victory for your state. It is a victory for your country. And it is a victory for us all when we vanquish evil. So, with that said, guys, I'm going to tell you, okay? In this case, the man who went outside, protected his assets, is a good guy. I know some of you are saying he should have just let him take it. Nah, boss. We can't live in that world. Some people cannot allow that to happen. It's just, we don't subscribe to that level of pacifism. We can't. Because if we do that once, we'll let it'll keep going on. And what's the justification of the next time? And that's why we do things like this. And good guys will defend things that they own. Good guys will defend good people. Good guys will defend their family, their home. And if we didn't have good guys, if we didn't have men that were willing to do the good things in life, we would not have good guys. Good guys would not exist. And that is not a world that I want to be a part of.